Hey guys, Russ here. We're talking about the Denver Real Estate Pulse. I'm going to be showing you some of the numbers in Area Pro. We can get you access to this so that you can click around and you can really understand what the market's doing. Right now, we're looking at sold trends and we're doing week over week numbers. We're seeing right here what number of properties are selling every week. As you can see, the early spring here, March 2nd, all the way through May, we're seeing really solid 13, 14, 1,500 numbers. And then it starts to get a little bit softer as we get to July and we get towards August. You can start to see we go down to about 12, 1,300 homes selling. The back end of the months or the beginning of the months, however, it shows up in that the way the week flows, you'll see an uptick. But really, we're kind of seeing the same thing at about 1,200 homes week over week. And we'll see how this week turns out as it's the end of the month. Would anticipate we're going to see more than 1,200. We'll see if we get up to that 14, 1,500 number, which would show us very similar numbers to July. Right here, we're seeing median sold price. Where are the prices in the whole metro area? Where do we see them actually selling at? And this has given us that gauge. You can see through the whole year, we've been as low as like 565. We've been as high as in the 590s. But you can see right now, this week, we're trending up towards 585. Last week, we were down at 560. So the market is staying relatively calm, but you're seeing the days on market really start to escalate as we get through July and August. You can see 30, 35 days is what we're starting to see. Whereas in the early spring, early summer, we were seeing closer to 25 days, staying under that month of days on market. Right here are some really great numbers for sellers. If you're thinking about selling, these are the type of numbers that are really helpful for you to understand which way is the market going, what should I expect when I go on the market. Obviously, when you see days on market expand, the first question is well, are prices going down a ton in order to sell because they're staying on the market longer? The answer is no, not really. We're still staying in that median market, median close price there. Original list price, we're seeing a lot of people kind of the median be right around 580, which has stayed pretty consistent throughout the year. 570 to 590 is kind of where we're seeing most of the year trend, and we're continuing to stay on that. Even this week, we're seeing it go up over 600. We'll see how those numbers come in at the end of the week. Median and final price, we're seeing again those stay pretty much around that 580. You see that it got to 565 last week, and now we're trending up towards 590. Percent of list price is basically where does the home end up selling in relation to the list price. We're seeing a lot of homes sell around 98.5%. That's kind of where we've been about the last 2 months, really since June, where we were up around 99% for most of the front half of the year. Then the final price to list price, again, we're seeing a lot of these numbers be down at 97%. That's kind of where we're at as the market continues to soften. Where are we seeing those homes finally sell? So this is a lot of the information that gives you a really great pulse on what the market's doing. What are the trends? What is, you can really compare this to the headlines. And so want to get you guys this information. If you have any questions, obviously give us a call, but you can see that it is a steady market. It definitely is taking the seasonality of previous years to COVID, 2016, 17, 18, the market really looked a lot like this, and that's what we're continuing to see. One of the things to keep an eye on is that we're starting to see investors for mortgages lower interest rates. We're seeing those in the low sixes, which we haven't been there in quite some time. The Fed is anticipated in September to lower their rate, which is going to continue to lower those interest rates. Next year, if we're looking at interest rates below 6%, I think we're going to see a lot of buyers come back. Could have a very, very aggressive early spring, but we'll obviously have to wait and see what those interest rates really do because people have been talking about it for 3 years for interest rates to come down. We'll see what they do and keep track of it. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.